Hello everybody, it's Tyler and we're back, and today we are going to try to answer some of the most common questions that I keep getting asked concerning the Kediers C590 case. One of the more interesting questions was people asking about where did I put the power supply, and then somebody said their teacher said there might be a problem with fitting the power supply. Folks, it has an EVGA Platinum Series 1300 watt power supply in it. Folks, here's the power supply. Once again, that is an EVGA 1300 watt Platinum Series. It's a full size power supply, no problem. And a lot of people keep asking, will it fit a 4090? It depends on the 4090. If it's an NVIDIA RTX 4090 Founders Edition card, it will fit no problem because it's a few millimeters smaller than the RTX 3090 Ti FE card, which is what I have in it. A lot of people don't realize that the 3090 Ti FE is actually a little bit bigger than the 4090 Founders Edition card. Somebody wanted to know if the Rod Strix 3090 will fit. I do not know. You would have to worry about lengthwise, it shouldn't be a problem. But from the motherboard to the top of the video card, if it's taller than a 3090 Ti, it's not going to fit because if you look real close, the power cable hits the glass. It doesn't prevent me from closing the door. Somebody wants to know if the airflow is good. Let me see if I can bring this up for you. The air conditioner is not on and it's really hot in here. But with it 80 degrees in this room and me, I've got stuff up and running and going. It's averaging about 57 degrees Celsius, 134 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can see the temperatures are good all the way across the board. Even under a full load, when I'm gaming and streaming, I've never seen it get more than 70 degrees Celsius. And if I turn the air conditioner on, it drops right back down to 50 degrees Celsius, somewhere in the 50s. I hope that helps. They were concerned about the fans in the default position. I left them that way for about 6 months because they're all mounted as exhaust. Keep in mind that I pulled the top 3 fans out and I put an AIO in with fans. If you look right here, these fans that are green or changing colors are the fans that came with the cooler, and they're being controlled via software and on the motherboard. The other 6 fans are the fans that came with the case, and they're being controlled with the RGB controller. That brings us to the other one. Somebody wanted to know how you change the colors. Let me turn this around where y'all can see it. Not real good, I know. But across the bottom, it has an RGB YCM. That's red, green, blue, yellow, cayenne, and magenta. Let's start with the red. Green. Blue. Yellow. Cayenne. Magenta. I'm going to put it back on blue. And you can put them on white. There's a W for white. My fans are a little dirty. They need a cleaning. And there's a way to set this where it'll do rainbow. You can click through this menu. You hit the Menu auto. I'm going to assume that that's the only one that you get. Well, you can hit the B plus, B minus, M plus, M minus. And that's how the remote works. I'm going to put it back on blue. There's a funny one. They did. These people obviously didn't watch the video, and that's the number one aggravating thing to me. Most of these questions are actually answered in this video. I'd like to know where you put the cooler, where the cooler is, because I don't see it. The only fans I see are the 9 that were already installed in the box. If you'd been paying attention to the video, you'd have seen when I installed the AIO and mounted it there with the fans. I know I'm being a little bit sarcastic, but most of these questions were actually answered in the video. Do you connect the hub to the motherboard, or is it optional? Well, if you want to power it up, you're going to have to hook it to the motherboard. There is that. Do you know how to change the RGB colors on the fans? Also, is there a restart button on top of the case? It's the on-off button. And I've already answered on how to change the colors. You do it with the remote. Somebody's asking about the temperatures. They're really good. Where did you put the power supply? I put it in the case. It's in the back. I just showed that. And yes, it takes a full-size power supply. Since all the fans are exhaust, would I be okay flipping the bottom ones or the front ones for intake? Yes, you can do that. I did that just this past month. It made very little difference. It made some difference, but not enough to worry about it. If you were going with an air-cooled CPU cooler, you would probably see more difference than I did. Does it support any software? No. Somebody says, I don't know what the DIY button on the remote is doing. Can you make a video for how to use this remote? I don't know what it's doing either. So the answer would have to be no. I don't know what it does either. Somebody ordered a case and it only had 7 fans installed. That's the thing there is you contact the seller and either get them to send you the fans or RMA it, send it back, and send you a case that's correct. How is the airflow and build quality? I don't have any way to actually measure the airflow other than what I see right here, and it's pretty hot in here right now. And see, it's 59 degrees Celsius, 6 degrees Celsius, but it's pretty good because it's literally 80 degrees Fahrenheit in this room right now. It's pretty warm in here. Build quality is acceptable. It's definitely not Lion Lee quality, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. I mean, it's not like I'm taking that out and throwing it off the roof or throwing it in the car and just banging it around. It sits right there. I don't move it around, so I don't really have an issue with it. It would not take a lot of abuse. It's just stamped, real light stamped steel, and you can bend it if you're not careful. Can I fit an RTX 4090 vertically mounted? No. It's just not designed for that, and the answer is no. Are these fans compatible with any RGB software? Once again, the answer is no. I know it seems like I'm being a little bit of an ass, but just about every one of these questions were answered in the video. If you had watched the video, you would have had the answer. And the video is up there for your viewing pleasure. Anyway, I hope that answers the most common questions about the Kediers C590 case. It's not a bad case for the money. Let me look and see what it's going for today. Because when I bought it, it was $129.95 plus tax. And right now you can get it for $118 on Amazon. And I will post that link in the video description below. And anything bought through that link will pay me a very small commission at no extra cost to you. And I hope that y'all will use all the affiliate links and help support this channel so we can make new and better content. Most of the stuff that I do is self-funded, and that's one of the reasons I'm not putting up any cool content right now, is because I just don't have the budget to be doing computer builds and stuff out of my own pocket. Till next time, this is my Tyler with OG Gaming. Y'all stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'm out of here.